Esse homem desafia a dureza do deserto num esforço desesperado pela sobrevivência. Ele é Tuareg, o guerreiro do deserto.
Searching for two men. They are here. You have to turn them over to the captain. They are my guests. That's enough. Hospitality is sacred among us. It's a law older than the Quran. I am the law here. Leave my guests in peace.
Thank you for that, too. No one could stop those men. You did all you could.
Not enough. An insult must always be avenged. That is the law of the Tuareg. Why did you do it? The captain ordered me to. Times change, laws change. I'm gonna kill you, you desert rat!
Tuareg, o guerreiro do deserto.
Rat, you are Saya, the Avenger. Just who is this Superman capable of holding the entire country in check?
A man with perfect knowledge of the desert, Minister. An exceptional man. I think he'll try to reach the border by crossing the empty lands of Hidalgo.
Nobody can survive that inferno. Dead. Must be. In 3 days, my people.
I'm the wife of Saya. If you touch me, he will kill you.
Tell him that I will give him 1 week to return my family, or that I will kill him. He has only 1 week.
Tuareg, o guerreiro do deserto. O Mark Harmon. Tuareg, o guerreiro do deserto.
Well, it is as perfect as if it were genuine. Its detection by any normal means would be impossible. Paper such as this is as dangerous as high explosives.
We're well aware of that.
So what action are you taking about it?
We're following every lead we have. We're onto some of the gang right here in Paris.
So why haven't you arrested them?
We don't want to stir up the pond until we get our hands on the big fish. We must take men together. Unless we capture both simultaneously, the other remains equally dangerous. These are no ordinary criminals.
They would need considerable finance to produce British banknotes of this quality. Can that be traced?
It comes from abroad, and by some means they have access to gold.
How do they import it?
They suspect a courier brings it in by sea. How he smuggles it into France, we have no idea. This is one of the couriers. He's in the vicinity of Marseille at the moment.
Even Chancellor. What is he doing in Marseille?
That, my dear fellow, is what we hope to discover.
If you're going ashore, you better go now. But be back before midnight. Sober. We're sailing at 2 a.m.
Okay, Captain. What do you think could possibly keep me in Marseille?
Just about in his skirt that gives you the eye.
Tenez, monte!
Richard is here?
Give me a beer.
Yes.
Why did you come here? We expected you to meet us at the South Arena.
What?
Perhaps I misunderstood you. We both had too much to drink last night, huh?
You're still drunk.
There's no need to be so careful. I appreciate it, but it's unnecessary.
You seem to appreciate lots that I don't. Go on, try the next stage.
I haven't got time to waste. It's all there. Grass says for you to bring the car to turn on tonight. The rest you know.
Hey, what is this?
C'est à vous cet argent? What? Je vous demande si c'est à vous cet argent.
Well, if you mean is the money mine, the answer is no. I don't know anything about it.
Mais laissez-le! C'est pour pas d'ouvrir!
Name? Ellis. Larry Ellis.
Occupation?
It's all there in my papers.
Answer the question, please. Occupation.
Ship's officer. My ship's in the harbor now.
Where did you get this money?
Look, I've told you all there is to know. The money was dumped in my lap. Don't ask me who by. Now you've got it. As far as I'm concerned, that's the whole story.
You are aware that the possession of so many pounds is illegal.
I have heard so.
Yes, you did have it.
Quite. All right, I agree. It needs explaining. But there were other people there. They saw the man give it to me.
That is hardly the point. The point is, why did he give it to you? Right. Now we can begin at the beginning, Mr. Chancellor.
My name isn't Chancellor.
No, of course.
Hello?
Allô, donnez-moi Paris.
Kléber 40-40.
Thank you. You can leave it to us from now on. Please, come and sit down.
Look, just get this straight. I don't know who you think I am, but I've been pushed around enough, and I don't intend to take much more.
That's it, I'm ready. Never saw anything like it. It wasn't the other evidence. I'd have said yes right away. Not very certainly didn't hesitate. Such a fantastic idea, it might work, so can't you? Cigarette.
I'd rather have an explanation.
I'd take a cigarette as well if I were you. You think you've had a pretty rough deal, don't you?
Why don't you get to the point? What is this place?
This is the Criminal Investigation Authority. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Yes. International cops, isn't that it?
You might say we're Scotland Yard, with the United Nations back. Oh, sorry. Now, the first thing is, we know you're not Chancellor.
Ah.
No, just sit down.
Well, I'm glad you're catching on.
But you do look like it. Your nose, I would say, is a trifle smaller, and we'll need to do something about your hair. But otherwise, we'll do.
What do you mean, I'll do?
If you can fool the man who gave you that money, you might fool anyone. And we
Use me for what?
replace the chief chancellor in a gang here in Paris. You find out who the leader is, we'll take over from there.
Oh, no, thanks. I've got a job, and I don't want to lose it.
You won't lose it, I guarantee that. We're in touch with his ship.
We won't need you for long.
But you'll make more than you would in 5 years, it seems.
We have a plan all laid out for you, and it should be foolproof. If it isn't, I get a belly full of lead. No, thank you.
Are you afraid, Mr. Ellis?
Not a question of fear, it's just good sense. Look, I'm healthy, I've got no problem. Now, why should I stick my neck into a trap like this?
Suppose you were in England now and somebody gave you this. What would you do with it?
Spend it.
That's right, buy funds. You know it'll buy so many cigarettes, a certain number of drinks. The only snag is this note isn't worth anything. It's a forgery. But a forgery is so perfect that any normal means of detection are impossible. Take my word for it.
Is what I was given in Marseille?
No, that's yet to have been the real thing. My guess is our Mr. Chancellor was doing a little business on the side. Have it back if you don't mind. Let me ask you something else. Have you ever been a blood donor?
Yes, during the war.
Why?
Well, how do you mean, why? There happened to be a man who needed blood. He'd have died otherwise.
We're asking you to be a donor on a larger scale. A lot of lives depend on you. With your help, we might, just might, save those lives.
I don't follow.
This note is the forerunner of a great many like it. We know of a group of men who have planned a scheme to let loose a sudden flood of millions in the currency of Britain, France, and America. We need your help to forestall them.
Whose lives am I supposed to save?
I don't think you realize the implications of counterfeiting on a scale such as this, Mr. Ellis.
Remember Germany after the First World War. The people had enough money to pay for their walls, but not enough to buy a roll of bread. Inflation. Inflation of fantastic proportions.
It would destroy the faith of millions of people in their security, their government, and even their way of life. If this means nothing to you, we'll fly you back to Marseille. The ship hasn't sailed.
All right, suppose I accept all this. You want me to pose as this chancellor. You think I can get away with it. But if the positions were reversed, if he steps into my shoes, my friends would spot him in a flash. the way he acted, what he talked about, everything. Well, the same goes for me. Hasn't he got any friends? Don't tell me there isn't a girl around somewhere.
There is a girl. And she's here in this building. Here. Try it out.
Alone?
Yes, she's nothing to lose by. She's quite a pretty girl. Go into that room. I'll have the girl brought in. Her name is Judy Anderson. Now, just a minute. This is a one-way window. The other side of the pierce is a mirror. The girl will join you in a moment. She'll expect you to kiss her, and we'll abide by her reaction. Fair enough?
All right, but I can tell you now it won't work.
Let's see. Let's get him out of it. I think we've made our point. Take Miss Anderson back.
All right, I was wrong. Maybe I can pass with people who know Chancellor, but there's still one person who isn't going to be fooled.
Who's that?
Steve Chancellor.
A good point, Miss Grace, but if you come with us, I think we can settle that one, too. Have the girl join us. We'll get it all over in one go. Now do you understand the truth? I'm sorry about the shock, Judy.
How did you happen?
He was killed in a car crash this morning driving north from Marseille.
Our men were tailing him. They got there first and brought him and the car into Paris.
Yes, I can begin to see daylight now. But what about the young lady? Where does she fit in?
Miss Anderson works for us. Acting under orders, she made herself a close friend of Chancellor, using him to get information about the gang. All right now? You see, Judy, we had to fool your search as we would fool anybody.
Took my breath away. I'm all right now. Come on.
Nobody else knows you did. And nobody else will know. If Miss Grace goes along with you.
May I ask the young lady a question?
Yes, of course.
Now that we all know, I want you to take another look at me. Close look. Now tell me straight. How good is it?
Feels pretty good. Hair's quite different, though, but the eyes are the same color. Not quite so clean shaven. Of course, the voice isn't right.
Well, we could fix that. Anything else?
Well, I was taken in the first time with a little work if you did things to the voice. Yes. Yes, I think you would get by.
You're quite sure.
Sure as anyone can be, Miss Earl.
I'll talk to you two alone for a second.
Excuse me.
Look, I don't want to be callous, but what are you offering for all this?
You name it.
I might make the wrong guess.
Would 5,000 be about right?
Dollars or pounds?
Tons.
All right. Where do I start?
You have already. In Marseille. That's their Paris HQ. Owned by a man named Laudapart. That's him now. The bare-headed one. The other man is Tinder. Smooth but tough. There's a better shot of Laudapart in a minute. Take a good look. By all accounts, he's pretty high up in the syndicate.
Did Chancellor ever meet him?
Not that we know of. He seems to lie pretty low and leaves the dirty work to Pinder. There's Chancellor. Watch his mannerisms closely. Tinder, and Vandelli, another of nature's noblemen.
How is this stuff shot?
From a parked car, mostly, using a telephoto lens. The shot you're looking at now concerns you directly. We now know that this was Chancellor's main job, ferrying in new cars. He was on the force when he was killed. Smart work for the newspapers. Judy, you recognize.
Notice the way he takes a cigarette. Little things like that are going to count.
I keep telling you I've got important business in Marseille.
Very sudden, isn't it?
I'll only be gone a day. Why all the searching?
Oh, no, you're talking too fast. Don't worry. It'll come.
Glad one of us thinks so.
Listening?
I keep telling you I've got important business in Marseille.
Very sudden, isn't it?
I'll only be gone a day. Why all the third degree?
How's the voice production?
Not too bad.
Might as well deal with this now. These were personal effects found on the body. I had the keys labeled for you. Memorize what they're for and then destroy the labels.
Now, examine the notes carefully. Look for 3 particular faults in the printing. They are purposely engraved like that to make forgery difficult. Now, I'll go over them one by one.
Get a lot of those bedroom curtains. They're enough to drive any man to crime.
I chose them.
Yeah. Where's the fire exit?
Here.
Did you ever use it?
What do you mean by that, Mr. Chancellor?
The name's Larry.
No, the name's Steve. How many more times? Never stand with your back to a door. How do you feel now?
Oh, just about confident.
Good. They think it's about time Mr. Chancellor made his reappearance. As it is, there's quite a while to account for.
Well, maybe I was shaken up in the crash.
I don't think that'll satisfy Chancellor's friends. We're going to have to shoot you.
Shoot me?
Only a flesh wound. Our doctor will do a very neat job. No discomfort.
And no discomfort to you, maybe.
There shouldn't be any snags. Pinter's been tipped off, and it's fairly certain they'll try and get you out of the hospital tonight.
By now, they must be very anxious about the car. We discovered it has some very unusual features.
You'll understand we get a close look at the fittings, the door handles, and the bumpers and so forth.
I must remember to try and look surprised.
Nothing you want to go over again?
No, I don't think so.
You're sure about your code names and contacting us?
Uh-huh. Belgrade and here at Geneva.
That's it. So here we go. Good luck.
What do you want?
Brandelli said he wants to know where the car is.
I'll tell him, errand boy, not you.
Tell me. And now.
Now, you tell me something. Where's Brandelli?
Outside.
Over there. Take your clothes off. What for? Clay took mine, so we're exchanging. Come on, shed them.
What happened? He tried to lie out of it.
No, he walked out. Next time you send a mug for me, you come yourself.
Where's Max?
Who cares? Come on, let's go, shall we?
You didn't have to pull this. We came to get you out.
Yeah, with this. What's the idea?
I'll ask the questions. Where's the car?
Don't worry, Brando. It's safe.
It better be. Pinder's mad enough to kill you.
Go ahead, Steve. Don't leave anything out. The police started to tail me outside Fontainebleau. I tried to outrun them, but they shot me.
Go on.
Well, I managed to keep the car on the road and lost them, but I had to ditch. I was losing blood. I got to a telephone and called a man I know in Fontainebleau. He owed me a favor. Before I passed out, I told him where to find me, and the next thing I knew, I was lying between sheets in that hospital.
That is not the part that interests me. Finish the story, Steve.
What do you mean, finish it? I didn't tell them anything. I was the victim of a hit-and-run driver, see?
The car, Steve. What is it?
In a garage on the Rue Lafayette. My friend brought it there by truck. His name's listed under Duchesne in the telephone book.
Go and check if it's there.
It's there, all right.
Have it over at our place, first thing in the morning. Make yourself comfortable, Steve. You are not going anywhere tonight.
Seems to be checking out all right.
Both of you a little bashed up, but otherwise as good as gold. You see now why I was so anxious.
You thought it up.
Delivery boys don't ask those questions.
They don't get shot either. What do I have to do to prove myself to you guys? Jump off the Eiffel Tower?
No, just don't try to widen your circle of friends.
Don't tell me you think I've got friends.
You are smarter than I thought, Chancellor. Much smarter. Do you need any money?
I'm not proud.
Here. I'll call you tomorrow. Now go home.
I don't need this much.
Take him home.
Hey. We got a big job coming up soon. I don't know what it is, but Pinder's getting nervous. That's always a sure sign. You heard anything?
No, and I'm not interested.
Just like you are not interested in that Anderson dame, huh?
Meaning?
You know, all right. If you want my advice, you'll drop her. She's not Pinder's type.
Sorry to hear it. I'll be seeing you.
Naturally.
Glad to find you at home, Mr. Chancellor.
Oh, nice of you gentlemen to call my first evening back. I'm touched.
We thought you'd appreciate it.
Now let's have it. Where's the car?
And make it sound good. Otherwise, you're going to wake up in the river with a fish looking at you.
All right, so I haven't got the car. I ran into some trouble with the police that night. Pinder got me out of it, so I had to let him have the go.
Hmm? How does that sound to you?
I'm falling asleep, Mr. Groff.
Tell it to us again. Hmm? But make it more interesting this time. I like stories with happy endings. Ones with shoeboxes in them. Shoeboxes full of money.
The money's quite safe.
Where is it?
I haven't got it here.
You're not tough. You just think you're tough. Now, where's the money?
Think quickly, Mr. Chancellor. He loves making up unhappy endings to other people's stories. Expecting anybody?
No.
Darling, you didn't tell me you were going to be busy. I've invited the others along. They'll be here any minute.
That's all right. I think Mr. Gratz is just leaving anyway.
Yes, that's right. I'll take the shoebox with me, if you don't mind.
I've told you it's not here. I'll have to get it for you.
When?
By tomorrow. Will you call here for it?
No. Come to the shop tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
I'll be looking out for you.
Friends from Marseille?
Yeah, the hungry-looking one is. He dumped the money in my lap. Never laid eyes on Gratz before.
Looks like Chancellor's life was more complicated than we thought.
Didn't you know anything about this double cross?
No.
Binder suspects it. If he ever gets confirmation, I'm a dead duck.
Just have to give Gratz his money back. Pity. Where's the shop he was talking about?
That's the $64 question.
We'll sort it out. Don't worry.
I am worried. About you, too. Randelli's onto something. He warned me to keep away from you.
Any reason?
No, just that you weren't Pinder's type.
Well, that's a point in my favor.
I'd watch it, though. They're playing for pretty high stakes.
And are you going to keep away from them?
Not this evening. I thought we'd go and have something to eat.
Is that a social invitation, or do we pool expenses?
No, this is on Pinder. Thanks to him, we're loaded.
And I'm very hungry.
Price I must have paid for these things, you'd think they'd make them fit.
Maybe they just need stretching a bit.
Hey, take a look at this. $64 answer. I'd like to see Mr. Gratz personally.
Oh, Mr. Chancellor, just a moment.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chancellor.
All right, what do you want me to do?
You have come for a try-on, I take it. Will you sit down, please? You have the money?
I shall by tonight.
I should call on the girl at 12 o'clock tonight. We'll be there.
Which girl? I said, which girl?
I'm only interested in one girl. That was part of the deal. Or have you forgotten?
Oh, of course not.
That comfortable?
Well, it feels a little tighter than usual.
Try the other one.
No, don't bother. Looks like my feet are a bit swollen.
see you tonight.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chancellor. Andre, have these checked on Mr. Chancellor's last? I'm not too happy about the fit.
Did he tell you about our visitors last night?
Yes, but there's no connection with the counterfeit gang as far as we know.
So you're right about Chancellor double-crossing Finlay.
Looks like it. Draughts would be in the market. He runs a gold smuggling racket here in Paris with a shoe shop as a front.
Yes, I know. I just came from there. Gratz wants his money back.
All right, we'll get it to him.
There's a snag. He said, meet me at the girl's place. The question is, which girl and where?
What time is the meeting?
12 o'clock tonight.
Be at the bar Napoleon at 11. Judy will be there with the money and the information. You'd better move on.
Get in. Come on, we are late enough already.
Where are we going?
Moving up is the word, but don't think it's going to be permanent.
We were delayed, Anton. I hope we haven't kept you waiting.
No, not at all.
This is Steve Chancellor, Mr. Lauderback.
Glad to know you, Mr. Lauderback.
So you're the fellow who delivers our cars.
Not always on schedule, I'm afraid.
No, but you kept your head. That was the important thing.
Madame, I didn't know we were going to have the pleasure of your company.
No? Well, what fun is there without a girl around?
My dear Isabella, this is Mr. Chancellor. Madame Ballet.
Chancellor, huh? When were you born, young man?
April 16th, to be exact.
6 months old. Not bad. So you are 7, eh? Tell me, you like to see?
Yeah. Somebody else is paying for the trip.
I knew 7's always you.
Madame Ballet is a numerologist. Of course, if she doesn't like your number, then it's up, so to speak.
Nonsense, Anton. I'm just never gotten it, so. 7s are lucky, too. But they are not always clever at money matters. What have you to say to that, Mr. Chancellor?
Can't complain so far. Geneva here. Go ahead, Belgrade. Look, things are moving fast. Too fast for me. What's happened?
After I left you, Linda took me back to headquarters.
I met Lauderback and a woman called Madame Ballou. We know about her. There's nothing to worry about there. I gotta go back for another meeting at 9 o'clock this evening. I think they're chewing over some kind of new proposition for me. That's fine. We've got one for you, too. Come here at 7:30. And make sure you're not followed. Right? You can give me the money and the dope on Gratz's girlfriend then. No, Judy's handling that, and there's no way of contacting her in time. You'll have to meet her at the Bar Napoleon as arranged. The only thing that is holding the syndicate up so far is their failure to transport the special paper they need to their printing press.
Where's that? Inside France, somewhere. The paper comes from abroad.
We got this load on the Franco-Swiss frontier. We tried to make a run for it. Another attempt.
This was a more subtle approach. They tried shipping the stuff in book form. Dummy encyclopedias. They even tried flying the stuff in, but they couldn't quite beat the problem even then. Unless a plane lands on an airfield, it's pretty conspicuous. And so far, they haven't fancied using scheduled airlines.
Sooner or later, they will find a way to bring it in. And when they do, it will go straight to the press.
Exactly. So we'll make sure it comes in our way. And in our time. And that Larry goes with it. So you have two things to do. Find out the brain behind the conspiracy, and sell our scheme to get the paper to where they want it.
What is your scheme?
Suggest to them they bring the paper in by plane to the airport nearest the presses. They'll point out the snag I mentioned just now. How to get the paper off the airfield unobserved. So we've taken care of that.
You mean, just turn a blind eye?
Smell that one. I want you to look at another picture. See if you spot anything unusual about him. Examine it carefully. The plan's all there.
How soon do you think you'll be fit for the next step?
I'm ready now if it comes to that, but
I don't think we should try the same stunt again. Well, you don't, eh?
no, it's too risky. Suppose the police had found the car. One look at those soft metal bumpers and that would have been it. If you don't mind my saying so, I think you'll have to find something really different.
Do you have any suggestions?
Just a vague idea at the moment.
Don't waste Madame's time. You either have or you haven't.
Julius, be quiet. Go ahead.
Just I had time to think while I was in hospital.
Ah, you're like me. I do all my important thinking in bed. I look so young.
I was toying with the idea of using a plane. That seem crazy to you?
I've gone into all that.
What do you think we want to move that requires a plane?
I don't know. But assuming it's gold, why dribble it over? With a plane, one trip, and the rent's paid for years.
What do you think, Madame Four? Don't you think she hasn't examined that idea already?
Julius, I shan't tell you again. Airport certification. They have a lot of nosy people around.
They also have a lot of people doing special jobs. Jobs they take for granted.
Are you thinking of one in particular?
Now, what happens when a plane lands, assuming it's going on somewhere else? Refuels, right? Petrol tanker drives out in the tarmac, couples up, and goes to work. Nobody's surprised.
Go on.
So our plane comes in. Everything normal. It's come down to take on fuel. Tanker goes out, just routine stuff. Only difference is, our tanker, too. Rather special model. Petrol at one end, and a nice big storage space at the other. Nothing could be simpler.
I like it. I like it very much. What about you, Anton?
There's possibilities.
He likes it. As far as I'm concerned, Anton, the scheme is workable. I shall expect you to attend to the details. We will all meet here in the morning. Have something ready to show me. I want you for a moment.
He's too smart to live.
Steve, I'm going to call you Steve from now on. You made me reconsider my opinion of you tonight. Before we met, I didn't like the sound of you. I believed you were guilty of double dealing.
I might have thought about it, but never had the opportunity.
That is frank. But I know that you did have the opportunity. I have only this to say. Don't ever make any such mistake with me. Not one.
Any man who tried to deceive you, madame, would be very foolish.
Go home now and get some rest. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Right. You waiting for someone?
Yes, since you asked. Mr. Chancellor.
Why do for the time being?
That depends on how you behave.
I won't do anything Mr. Chancellor wouldn't. Oh, get your drink. Hey, what do you think I'd have?
Let's see. You look like the Perno type to me.
Huh? No. And you?
Same.
Diff Perno.
That's
You're taking a risk talking to strange men.
all right. I get paid for it.
Now, I tell you something. You don't get paid enough.
No.
I'm serious now.
Don't get serious. It's out of character.
Oh, forget that for a moment. This setup's too dangerous for a girl.
Look, it's a job. A risky job, maybe, but I've settled for it.
I think you should get out. Now. Well, what should we drink to?
To things, if they aren't.
I'll buy that. Now, that fixes us. Now, who's the girl?
Well, if our checkup is correct, the girl that Grouch is after is a singer called Diane Gilbert. She's playing at the Club Paramore.
Where did Chancellor fit in?
Steve went around with her for a while, then something happened to break it up. I believe that he introduced her to Grouch.
She must have loved him for that.
Now's your chance to try out the Chancellor charm.
Why just walk in unannounced, huh? Suppose she throws me out on sight.
This will help. A typical Steve gesture.
He gave this to you?
Yes. And it got him exactly nowhere.
Extravagant of him. Must have cost a packet.
Oh, he was always generous with other people's money. You haven't got much time.
Okay. Well, you're seeing him.
Wait.
Ah,
Don't go without this.
thanks. You're forgetting my own name next.
Mon amour parisien, c'est le gars que je tiens dans les bras. Son amour m'appartient, jour et nuit, je le garde, c'est mon droit. Toutes les femmes qui regardent, je leur dis, prenez garde, valez pas. Je vous préviens, c'est mon homme, c'est mon gars, c'est ma vie, c'est ma loi. C'est mon grand amour parisien.
Don't get excited.
Get out of here.
Look, honey, whatever I did, I'm sorry for. I came to apologize.
I told them not to let you in here again. Please go.
All right, if that's what you want, but, you want to take this anyway? Then I'll go. Go ahead, open it. Read the words.
Love from Steve?
Not very original, I grant you.
You sure this is real?
Of course.
Just my suspicious mind, but my name doesn't happen to be on it.
I thought the sentiment was more important. Well, that wasn't quite like the other time.
What other times?
When I kissed you.
Oh.
I've missed you, sweetheart. We had some good times together, didn't we?
Yes. Do you remember the Sunday on the little train in the Bois?
Never been the same since.
The wind blew my hat off, remember? And you got off and chased the train.
What a day that was.
Who are you?
What do you mean? Who am I?
You look like him, and those are his clothes. But you're not Steve Chancellor.
What is this, a gag or something?
I'll admit you had me fooled for a while. But you made a few mistakes. Steve has never kissed me in his life. All he wanted was to pass me off on that filthy grass. I've never been in the barber, Steve. We never rode on the train, and I never lost my hat. Need I go on?
No, I guess that's enough.
Then who are you?
Didn't he tell you I was coming, my dear?
Here's what you came for. Count it and then get out.
I take your word that it's all here. Though things are not always what they seem. Are they, Mr. Chancellor?
I wouldn't know.
I think you do. When are they sending you to Marseille again?
That's my business.
No. We are in business together now.
Since when?
As of today. You can do a lot better with me than with Pindar. I know more than he does. Don't you think? Tell me, my dear, have you noticed any changes in our mutual friends since last we met? Ah, then you have. Of course, it's very hard to fool a woman. Well, you can speak freely now. Are we partners?
Yes, all right. Who else knows?
Not a soul. This is too good to share with everybody. And now, Mr. Chancellor, that'll be all, thank you.
We both leave together, Mr. Gratz.
I forgot to tell you. I'm the senior partner. From now on, you take orders from me. Good night.
I think Miss Gilbert would prefer me to stay.
Very well, then. Excuse me, my dear.
Who are you calling?
Just a friendly word of warning to Mr. Pindar. I think there are certain things which you ought to know.
Neck's broken.
What are you going to do?
You're going to have to trust me a lot and not ask questions. This is Odeon 7735, clear for Belgrade.
Odeon 7735,
Belgrade calling Geneva.
Go ahead, Belgrade.
I want 2 men, a van, and something big enough to take a body. Club Paramore stage door, Miss Gilbert's dressing room. Make it fast, huh?
You must get the police.
I just called them.
You'd better get that off.
That's all right, it can wait.
You do as I say. This is my room.
So it is. Forgotten.
Van Gratz, I see. How much does this young woman know?
She knows I'm not Chancellor, but that's all.
That's enough. I'll take her with me.
What does he mean?
Well, she can't do any harm, surely.
Don't argue. She's in this up to her pretty ears. You know Madame Ballou, I believe.
Oh, yes, she's my aunt.
You see? Don't worry, she'll be taken care of. I don't think up a story for attempted disappearance. You nearly ready? Get your things together.
What if I refuse?
Please don't make trouble. You've got enough to be going on with.
Do as he says.
Entrez.
Morning.
Good morning, Stevie. Well, come in. Don't be shy. You've been in the girl's bedroom before. Sit down here. It might help you to concentrate. No, here. The others will be here in a moment.
Ah.
Oh, does that bullet wound still hurt you?
Yeah, just a bit. I'll be all right in a couple of days.
Well, I hope we are going to get on well together. Let me see. You are Aries, the fire triangle. I am Pisces, water. Oh, fire and water, they don't mix well. It usually means trouble. Andre?
Good morning, Isabella.
Good morning.
Mr. Chancellor.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Just ease my pillows, will you? Sit down, please. Ah, this is better. Now we are all comfortable. We've been discussing your ideas, Steve. There were one or two objections, but we've got over them.
You mean you think it's a good idea?
I've decided not to waste it. Shall we put it that way?
Well, I'm very flattered.
Of course.
Julius doesn't think quite so highly of it as I do.
It isn't that. I have certain reservations regarding what comes next.
Julius here feels that you have come up in the world too fast.
I'll do the talking, if you don't mind, Anton. You see, Steve, we are a growing concern. We want to branch out, increase our activities. We've decided to deal in something other than gold. Paper.
Paper? Is there money in that?
Isn't he sweet? You don't know what you've just said. There's a lot of money in it, Steve. More than you've ever seen.
I understand.
Do you? Not all, perhaps. But to get back to your plan, it was just what we were looking for. Now, please listen carefully. Our representative in Zurich is at this moment making the final preparations to deliver the paper. It will be here on Friday.
So soon?
Why do you say that?
Well, does that give us enough time?
Julius here will answer for it if there isn't. I've given orders for him to duplicate the petrol tanker with the modifications you suggested. You are in charge of this operation, Steve. He will do exactly what you say. Won't you, Julius?
If you want it that way.
I want it that way. Well, that is all, I think. We all have work to do. Not you, Steve. How well do you know a girl called Diane Gilbert?
Not very well. I've met her a couple of times. Why?
Stay away from her. That is an order.
What's wrong with her?
Nothing at all. It is you who are wrong for her.
Okay, you're the boss.
Exactly. Au revoir.
Have any trouble finding it?
No, just a bit amazed, that's all.
He ordered you a drink.
Thanks.
Well,
Friday.
as soon as that, we'll have to move. Which airport?
I don't know yet.
Well, get it to me as quickly as you can. You think Madame Ballou's the number one?
Could be.
I am inclined to doubt that.
Well, when she talks, everybody jumps.
That may be, but I cannot believe that she is the ringleader. No woman could organize such a scheme.
I'll tell you one thing. She doesn't miss a trick. One slip with her, and you're going to find me floating face down in the Seine.
The answer is don't make the slip. I'll have Judy check with you at 10 tonight. Give her the latest details.
I want to ask a favor about Judy. Get her out. It's becoming too dangerous for a girl.
You think so? I wouldn't say she shared that view.
Look, I'm serious.
I've no doubt. But girls aren't as fragile as some people imagine.
What about the girl in the club last night? What happens to her?
Oh, we'll hold her in protective custody until the show's over. After that, we'll let her go. With nothing on her.
What do you mean?
We double-checked everything. No connection other than being related, which she can't help.
Oh, that's great. She must think a lot of me.
I shouldn't worry about it, value. We'll make her as comfortable as we can. No bars on the window. After all, it's for her own good.
Oh, sure. We all behaved like perfect gentlemen. I take it we leave separate, yeah?
Yes, we've got our car.
Check with Judy tonight. Thanks for the drink. All right, let's go.
Pardon?
Rhoda back. Colonel Burley's orders.
Ah bon, d'accord.
That's our car.
What the heck are you doing here?
I'd rather explain that to Miss Gilbert. Can I see her?
That's out of the question, Ellis. What makes you think she's in the building?
I know she's here, and I want to see her.
The answer is still no. Come on.
Look, this is a personal matter. It's also very important to me. So important, I'm prepared to do a little blackmail.
Meaning?
If you don't let me see her, I'll kill off Chancellor a second time. Oh, come on, you asked a big favor of me once. Now it's my turn.
You're putting my head on a block.
Mine's been there a long time.
Okay, you win. But make it quick. Danielle?
Sir?
Have Miss Gilbert brought up to the interrogation room right away. Go in there and wait for her.
You can listen in.
Don't worry, I will.
It's high time I taught young Mr. Ellis a sharp lesson.
I think your pupil does you great credit. After all, he only did what Chancellor would have done in the same circumstances.
I don't suppose I'll have time to say this properly.
If you had all the time in the world, I couldn't guarantee to listen.
Yeah, I expected that.
However, I can't get out.
You're not making it very easy for me.
Why should I?
Because I'm not Chancellor. And because I'm asking you to.
You haven't exactly made things very easy for me.
I know, but if things work out, you'll know the whole story. A few weeks ago, I was in your position, an outsider. Like you, I didn't ask to be involved, but now we both are. And I can promise you that you'll come out of it all right. But for me, there mightn't be another time, so that's why I had to see you.
What do you mean there mightn't be another time?
I can't explain that now, but, well, if the job I'm doing isn't successful, if I fail, then a great many innocent people will suffer. Now, can't you believe that? To try and understand.
Is it important to you that I should?
Yeah, very important.
Where is he?
Who are you?
Very touching. Danielle?
Yes, sir?
Take Miss Gilbert back to her quarters, then report to me personally.
This one, yes.
Now listen to me, Mr. Ellis. For the sake of some personal satisfaction, you seem ready to jeopardize the whole scheme. Now just remember this. You're getting paid for what you're doing. It's a job, nothing more and nothing less. And you'll obey orders like anybody else. You'll obey one now. There's a car waiting downstairs. Get in it and get back to work.
repair note type, and it's after 10.
You avoiding me?
You have the wrong number. Mr. Belgrade got...
I thought that was you on the phone, Steve. Come in.
What's going on here? Where's Judy?
In there. Go on. Have a look.
Judy?
Why do you think? I told you before we didn't trust her. So the day we found out.
What?
Police.
Who said so?
A man who works for us in the Sûreté.
Oh, she sure fooled me. Did you find anything?
Yes. Yes.
What is it?
I don't know. Read it. Is that what you came here for, Mr. Belgrade?
Telephone? Belgrade for Geneva. Never mind, get him.
Go ahead, Belgrade.
Now listen very carefully. Judy's dead.
What? Who's that?
Brandelli. He's lying in the street outside. Now listen, what did you do with the body of Gratz?
Eliminá-lo. Why?
Put it in Judy's apartment right away, then have the police make out a report that both bodies, hers and Gratz's, were found there. If you don't work fast, the whole game's up. So there's just a chance.
Right, leave it to me.
I don't believe Steve would do this. He could never have known that this girl was working for the Sûreté.
It was not the Sûreté, Isabella. It is another organization. That's what Brandelli went to search for tonight when Chancellor showed up and killed him.
We've got 2 men waiting at his apartment. They'll bring him here. From there on, leave him to me. I'll find out who he's working for.
Wait, let him talk. What's your story, Steve?
What is this? I've taken enough beating for one night.
Sure, from Brandelli. Before you pushed him out of that window.
I didn't do that. It was Gratz.
Gratz?
He's lying. Gratz wasn't even there.
He was. And he's still there if the police haven't taken his body. Okay, don't take my word. Check on it.
We'll check. Don't worry. Just talk.
I got a telephone call from Judy around 10 o'clock. She said Gratz was coming round and wanted to see me.
Was this Judy working with him?
Yeah, she rigged the whole setup. When I got there, Gratz hadn't arrived. Instead, Brandelli was there. He'd killed Judy and was going through all of the stuff. He told me Judy had been tied in with the police and that you'd sent him there to shut her up. Is that right?
Keep talking.
Then Gratz walked in on us. When he saw Brandelli, he thought I'd framed him, and he started to draw. Brandelli rushed him, and Gratz knocked him back through the open window. And we had one hell of a fight until I got a judo hold in his neck and broke it.
Call our man at the Sûreté.
Alors, Jacques, ici Lauderbach. Quel rapport au sujet de 18 rue Lamarck? Comment Graff a-t-il été descendu? Non, non, c'est tout ce que nous voulons savoir. Well, it checks. He seems to have told us the truth.
Of course he has. When will you idiots learn to trust the people that I choose? Hello? Walter? Yes? When? Splendid. Yes, he will be coming with us. Goodbye. Our plane leaves Zurich tomorrow morning as arranged. Walter is coming in on it.
When does it get into Marseille?
Approximately noon. We leave Paris by the 10 a.m. flight, Air France.
All of us?
But of course. We don't want to miss the most exciting part, do we?
Will we be there long? I mean, do we pack for a week, a few days?
We won't be there very long. Just time enough to complete the operation. I promise you won't be bored.
I'll see to that.
Julius, that is enough. Steve is one of us now, so try and get used to the idea. Is everything ready in Marseille? Our tanker crew know their instructions?
Of course.
Everything must go like clockwork. Once the plane is unloaded, we shall be working on a very tight schedule.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
You will. By this time tomorrow, everything will be as clear as print. You'd better stay here tonight, Steve. Anton will fix you up with some of his things. Come, I'll take you to your room.
Isabella. Why does Steve have to go with us?
Because our orders are that he should.
Jensen.
Nope. Marseille at noon.
And this man Walter with the nurse.
Yes?
Good. Assume the printing press is 5 miles from the airport. They'll start the run as soon as the paper's unloaded.
Are you watching the time?
Yes, he's all right for a minute or two. They mustn't close in too soon. There mustn't be any slip-ups at this stage.
They'll say they get the presses rolling by 6 o'clock this evening.
6, yes, that would be about right.
How long do you want to give them after that?
Not long. Vanderhyde reckons they'll want at least 4 days to run up the quantity of stuff they need. But we'll move in as soon as they've provided enough evidence for us.
I make it 9:15.
The Marseille police will start closing the net as soon as they get the map reference from you. Here's the number to ring. Memorize it. I'll tell them to expect a call from 6 o'clock onwards.
You mustn't miss that plane.
Have you got it?
Yes.
Get the information through as quickly as you can. It must be ABC. Paper arrives from Zurich, taken to the printing press, presses row, we move in.
I'm sorry to go on, but it's now 9:17.
All right, we've got a car down below. You can take that. You'd better go down with him. Any problems?
No. Just a few scores to settle.
Well, good luck.
Hit or little, beat.
What do you think?
What I have always thought, he is not reliable.
Well, don't just stand there, you two. Call his place.
All the airport. Step on it. We haven't got much time.
Attention, please. Mr. Chancellor, will you please proceed urgently to departure lounge?
Hey, which way are you going? This isn't the way to the airport.
Get out. Now, Mr. Chancellor, where's the money?
There is no reply from his apartment.
Attention, please. Air France passengers on flight number 305 to Marseille, please proceed to lounge number 4 for immediate departure.
Isabella. Anton, curious. Nice of you to meet me.
Where is the paper?
There's been a change of plan, Isabella. Is this Mr. Chancellor?
Yeah, how do you do?
What do you mean, change of plan? Why didn't you bring the paper?
We don't need it, Isabella.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon. Excuse me. Is the tanker here?
Yes.
Fine. Then we'll get over to the farm right away.
What's the use without the paper? What's gone wrong? I demand to know.
This is not the time to demand anything, Isabella. It's the time to take orders. The money is already printed.
How could it be? Our plans...
Your plans, you mean? We have to top at others, just in case of emergency. You know how thoroughly you work. Let us be in service and ready to take off in 3 hours. Then join us at the farm.
Take off to where?
Too many questions, Isabella. I'm surprised at you. Now then, shall we go?
Out by the tanker.
Merci. Je rappellerai.
Donnez-moi Paris. Québec, 40. I don't think that call will be necessary.
Vanderheim.
I should hang up if I were you.
I'm glad to see you. The others here, too?
No. The police do not always arrive on time. I'm sorry to disillusion you, but illusions are a luxury, Larry. You must learn to live without them.
Why?
No, Larry, don't spoil it now. You have been very useful to us so far. Come, I'll introduce you to the others. Properly, as Mr. Ellis. Beautiful, Walter. You have a flair for these things.
Shall we finish it off here?
No. We don't want them to find a body with a bullet hole in it when they investigate the crash.
You think of everything.
Do you have the case?
Yes, of course.
How are the others?
They're quite happy for the moment. Curious, but happy.
Just run over it once more for me, will you?
It's simplicity itself. Until the key is turned in the lock, the mechanism is harmless. Once the key has been turned...
They have 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
I congratulate you, Walter. Once this little thing has started to tick, my worries are over.
You mean our worries, don't you?
No, Walter. That is not what I mean.
Henry, we'd no idea you'd arrived.
Fortunately for all of us, I did not announce my arrival.
What has happened?
Is he dead? Yes.
How?
Prepare yourselves for a considerable shock. Our good friend here killed him.
Steve!
No, Isabella. Not Steve. Larry. Larry Ellis. Gangster's been dead for 2 months. This man was hired by CIA to impersonate him, for quite obvious reasons.
And Walter found out.
Yes. I was just too late to save him. Poor Wolf. I shall never forgive myself.
I always knew she wasn't a seven.
You wouldn't listen to me, though, would you?
Keep quiet, both of you. We haven't time to squabble among ourselves. Julius, you lock Alice in the tanker. Anton, you will help, please.
How long have you known this Henrik?
Quite a while.
Then why didn't you warn us?
I was afraid someone might get rough with him. After all, the plane, the tanker, he made it all possible.
Why didn't you tell us that the money had been printed?
My dear, you might have told him. No, we'll go. I want to get you all the way before 4 o'clock.
Get away. Where to?
Now, don't worry. You're going to friends in Tangier.
Aren't you coming too?
No, I will join you in a few days. There are 1 or 2 loose ends. Meanwhile, I will have to trust you. After all, you are taking the money with you. Well, you're all set. 340. Yeah, it's better than I expected. And this are the master plates. Look after it carefully. I think I'd better lock it. Thank you. Au revoir, Isabella. Don't worry too much.
How do we get rid of him?
I leave that entirely to you. But make very sure of it.
That you can count on. Don't get any ideas. I would as soon do it now as later.
Oh, do you know what day it is?
Friday, the 27th.
Yes, exactly. Listen to this, all of you. It is advised that all sons and daughters of Pisces shall avoid all important business decisions or travel. Travel, do you hear that? We must turn back.
Now, sit down and don't be a fool, Isabella. You ask for nonsense. We can't turn back.
But
now, you calm yourself.
I think she's got a point.
Still talking back, huh?
What does he mean?
I think you're holding a nice bag of nothing.
Shut up.
What do you think's in those packages up there?
What is he talking about, Anton?
During my trip in the tanker, I found out something that didn't make sense until I saw Vanderhyde get off the plane.
What's that got to do with it?
Before that, I couldn't see why you should all go rushing off with a lot of scrap paper.
Yes, crazy. Shall I shut him up?
No, let him go on.
Let Julius deal with him, Isabella.
No, I want to hear what he has to say.
Figure it out. He knows you're all on the CIA list. Sooner or later, they'd nail every one of you. And him, too, if he ever joined you. But I don't think he intends to.
You think he'd leave all that money to us after planning the whole thing?
I told you the money isn't there. Did anyone check on it? Anyone make sure? But did they?
Anton.
Easy, don't let him bluff you. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Maybe you're right. But if I were Vanderhyde, I'd have done just this.
put you all in a plane, and me, with a lot of dummy paper. And made sure you went somewhere it isn't easy to come back from. Anyone know where we're going?
Tangier, of course.
We're not over the sea.
We are flying east.
Look at this! Look! Frank! All of it, I tell you! Please tell me all of it!
Can't tell me all of it. Julia, come and help.
Julius! Julius, come and see for yourself! I knew there was something wrong. I saw not notice that there was a change of plan. It's everything. He's double-fucked all of us.
Couldn't it be Henrik? It's someone at the printing press.
I'm sorry, Miss Gilbert, that's all we know.
The plane must have exploded in midair. Only bits of the wreckage were found.
There was no radio message, no signal. Our plotters just lost them. 1 minute they were there, and the next...
There is one thing, my dear. Death would have been instantaneous.
Could you tell me his name?
Yes, it was Larry Ellis.
Larry Ellis.
We thought very highly of him here. He did a brilliant job for us.
Thank you. But it isn't finished yet.